In this video, I'm going to talk about the brand new Merula cup. If you're interested in information about this cup, stay tuned. Hello everyone, it's Red Herring. I hope you're having a great day. I did receive my Merula cup in my trade goodie bag from Emilla Pads. And she does carry the Merula cup, but she does not ship them to the United States. The only place that I know of that ships the Merula cup to the United States at this time is feminineware.co.uk. Any websites, links, or discount codes that I might have at this time, including one for feminine wear, will be down in the description below. If you find anything helpful or interesting in this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll do a quick turnaround of the box, and then I'm going to take you down to the table to unbox it and actually look at the cup. The box is in German, so if you don't read German, I'm sorry, I don't have any kind of translations for you. And you can pause this if you need to. Hopefully you can still see them. I know that they have one more color coming out soon, which is white. It will be called Frost. And I don't know if that's too small for you to see. First of all, this is the paperwork that I received with my cup. This is in German, so I'm not exactly sure what it says. And in the back, it does have the personal bidet that the company offers, and she does have a YouTube channel, so you can check out how to use this and also the cup on that channel if you're interested. I received 2 pamphlets with my cup, and one is in German and the other one is in English, thankfully, and you can see right here that this cup is labeled vegan. Inside the box, you receive a drawstring pouch, and here's another pamphlet, and this one is in German as well. So this is just a drawstring, a regular drawstring, and they did personalize, oh, I'm not in focus, personalize their bags with their name. And finally, here is my Merula cup. When I first saw this cup on Facebook, I was a little bit worried that it was going to be this gummy, soft kind of silicone, and I'm very happy that it's not. I would actually consider this cup to be more on the firm side because of the bulbous shape. It just kind of wants to spring back in my fingers. The length on this cup would be 72 millimeters if you leave the complete stem on. If you cut one of these rings off, it will be 61 millimeters, and if you cut 2 of the rings off, it will be 50 millimeters. The cup itself is only 39 millimeters. The diameter on this cup is 40 millimeters or 46 millimeters around the widest part. For such a short cup, this surprisingly holds 38 milliliters, and that's to the top rim, I believe, so you'll probably only want to use it to around 30 to 35 milliliters. If you fill it up to the rim, you're gonna have some bubbling and most likely some overspill. I'll start off with the stem first, and obviously this is a unique design. I have never seen another cup with a stem like this. So there are 3 loops or rings that you can grasp onto. You can trim these off, and they do talk about using nail clippers, sharp nail clippers inside of the booklet. I don't know about snipping these completely off. You might have some trouble grasping onto the base of this cup. The stem is a solid piece of silicone, and it does have a good stretch to it. It does have resistance, and it stops right about there. You can see that I'm kind of shaking because I'm pulling it so hard, and this shows that it's sturdy. It's not breaking on me or snapping off in any area. If I turned it to the side, you can see how flat and thin it is, yet it's still nice and sturdy. There are no grip rings at the base of this cup. In fact, there are no other markings inside or outside of this cup. So if you're sensitive to all of those speed bumps, you'll be happy to know that there are none of those on this cup. There are two seams on this cup. There's one that goes down the side of the cup up and around the stem and back down the other side. But they did finish those off pretty well. I can barely feel it with my fingertips. And then there's one more on the very top of this rim, and again they finished that off pretty well. I can barely feel this one with my fingertips too. This silicone has kind of a matte finish, and when I press my fingers against it and pull, my fingers don't really slide very quickly over the silicone, and this is dry. However, I did use this cup on my last period and I did have some slipping, and I might just chalk that up to my nails just kind of grazing over the silicone instead of actually grasping onto it. This cup has no air holes on it, so it'll create a really good seal and keep your cup in place. In the pamphlet, they do suggest using the punch down fold, so placing your finger on the very top rim and pressing that rim to the center of the cup, and then taking your other two fingers and just kind of pinching it and removing the other hand. So here is the point of insertion, and here is a small OB tampon. If you have a high cervix and you're trying to use this cup, you'll definitely want to leave the stem intact. That way you can reach the stem and wiggle your cup gently back and forth until you can actually reach the base of the cup. So here you can see just kind of wiggling it back and forth, and it is moving down until I can reach this base. Once you can reach the base of this cup, you want to give it a pinch so you break the seal, and then wiggle the cup the rest of the way out. This cup can sit low inside of the body. It doesn't have to be positioned high up around your cervix, but I personally found that it was a lot easier for me to get this cup to pop open completely while it was low or just inserted into the vagina. If I had inserted it high, my cervix was high during my last period, if I pushed it all the way up and then tried to allow it to open, then it didn't want to open. So you might have to play around with where it opens for you. Well, that's all I have about the Merula cup for now. If you have additional questions or if I missed something, let me know in the comments below. Also, let me know in the comments below if you picked up a Merula cup and how it's working out for you so far. Until I see you next time, take care.